All right, we're back on the show. It's me, Hugh, and Vaughn Beaudry is joining me as a co-host. Vaughn, great to have you on the show.
Thank you. First time.
Vaughn's one of our interns here at that channel, right?
Yeah.
From high school.
Yeah, Western Tech Commercial School down by Runnymede in High Park.
Okay, there's the plug. All right, boy. Boy, we didn't have internet TV when I was in high school. But anyway, here we are. And we've got George Traitsis, Dr. George Traitsis joining us here. And George, great to have you on the show. I know we had you in the studio here with the Disability Channel a while back, and then we got talking in the green room over there, and you had some great information and some great products, and let's talk about it. I don't know where you want to start. Do we start with concussions, or do we start with this product?
Well, let's just get a little bit of an introductory. I'm a chiropractor by profession. I have my master's degree in nutrition. I'm a permanent student. I am not an expert in concussion or that type of thing, but I am a student of, and I've been studying quite extensively of concussions, traumatic brain injuries, also on nutrition and hormone replacement, that type of thing. Basically, I got into a nasty car accident 20 years ago. So concussion. Now I realize I had a mild traumatic brain injury, but I got fibromyalgia. I had anxiety attacks. Eyes got blurry and everything else. I didn't know what it was. Nobody knew what it was. It took me many years to diagnose myself, let alone the other doctors and such. Anyways, I got involved with this, but through my nutrition, I see quite a few chiropractic patients as well as the nutrition patients, and sometimes it overlaps. I got involved with a particular doctor named Dr. Mark Gordon out of California. He's an interventional endocrinologist, and he developed this particular product called Secretropin. In the US, it's pronounced Secretropin. I guess it's a tomato type thing.
They don't want you to know that it's a secret.
Well, it's absolutely an incredible product. It's been around since 2001. I got involved with it over 8 years ago. We started bringing it in to do clinical trials with it with certain doctors. We got it approved by Health Canada, finally. And now we are marketing specifically to medical doctors and health practitioners. You can get it through your doctor, you can get it through, order it through pharmacies, or through me directly with a prescription.
So you need a prescription for it?
We do recommend that you be under a health practitioner with it.
Okay, let me ask you, because you're coming at this from the point of view of both a nutritionist and a chiropractor, but then also with your personal experience with the car accident and maybe the brain injury, right? So you're looking at this from all those different points of view. And then what was it about this product when you were doing your research that really caught your attention?
Well, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that once you hit 30, your hormones start to decrease. By the time you hit 50, 60 years old, you've lost 75% of all your hormones. That's why women go through menopause. That's why men go through andropause. And also what happens is if you get into an accident, a car accident or sports injury, then that'll affect parts of your brain as well, and that will affect your hormones. Now, a lot of doctors and specialists do not realize yet, there's the big concussion thing going on right now. And with the movie with Dr. Will Smith, with Will Smith playing as the doctor, we're learning more and more about the realization that concussion is affecting NFL players. And
everybody. NHL.
NHL, soccer, football, especially football, but soccer, rugby, even cricket. A few cricket players got killed from a flying ball. But simple things as falls. Falls are the number one major cause of concussions and traumatic brain injuries.
Both Vaughn and I have had concussions.
Yeah.
Right, and he's got a lot of friends in high school that have had concussions. Right,
Yeah.
It's a big thing. And some people think, you just rest for a couple of weeks and you'll be fine. But it's a lot more serious, we're realizing now, than we might have thought 30, 40 years ago.
Well, concussions can affect you There's different aspects of it. A lot of it is, some of it, especially traumatic brain injury, some of it is irreversible. Some of the major damage is irreversible. But there's a lot of secondary stuff that's going on, which can sometimes take months, can take 20 years to show up. One of the aspects, which is not well known as of yet, is now being tested. As a matter of fact, there's a new study going on right now with the Naval Academy in, I think it's Virginia. They finally realized that a lot of the veterans and such who are getting traumatic brain injuries from explosives, bombs and things that goes on, or a lot of the veterans have armor to protect themselves from shrapnel, so they survive that, but they don't do very well with the shock of it, and they're just finding out that with an explosive concussion or a bomb or whatever like that, that tiny little bubbles form in the brain. Just like opening up a can of soda, or you see the little bubbles exploding. Same thing happens in the brain. But it's so small and so fast that they can't catch on MRI.
So that's something, I mean, we talked about shell shock, and now the modern term is
PSTD.
Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, post-traumatic stress
syndrome.
disorder.
Yeah.
Okay, but the post-traumatic stress disorder quite a lot of times is a combination of psychological, but it has a lot of overlap with traumatic stress. Traumatic brain injury, and there's a lot of overlap. A lot of veterans who are assessed as PSTD also really have traumatic brain injury instead.
Right. Okay.
Now, what happens is you've got the pituitary gland, which is a tiny little gland about the size of a pea, just at the base of the brain, and it controls 8 of your hormones. One of the controls basically all your glands, and your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, your growth hormone, your thyroid, your adrenals, your cortisol, is all controlled by the pituitary gland. So, as you get older, that pituitary gland does not produce as well as it used to.
And then what would some of the symptoms of that be?
Well, women menopause, men andropause. You get lower testosterone. You'll get a lot of heart conditions. You get degenerated body. You get increased fat. You'll get heart disease. The glands themselves do not function as well. Depression. That's what, with concussion and everything else. It's depression, anger, anxiety. A lot of things that are reactive. Basically, what you have to do is one of the treatments of concussions and aging is we have to stimulate the pituitary gland to bring it back to normal, what it used to do, so you get increase your hormones back.
So it's going to be good if you've got a concussion or brain injury or maybe PTSD, but it's going to be good if you're just getting older as well, right? A
lot of bodybuilders take it as well to burn fat, building muscle mass. I have cardiologists now who give it to their cardiac patients to strengthen and improve their heart.
So what was it about it when you were doing the research, though, that really, when you go, aha, this stuff is going to do a lot of good? What was it that you first noticed about it? I did a lot of nutritional work, rebuild the digestive system, get the nervous system, everything working better, get your adrenals proper, get your thyroid going, get your heart strengthened by nutrition, vitamins, but also chiropractic adjustments, stimulates the nervous system, make sure the spark plugs are all firing, to make sure everything's working properly. This is what chiropractic does. But then you have to have good gas, so proper, good nutrition. But we're taking it to the next level, is that now we have to balance the hormones. And by getting the hormones balanced properly, by improving the pituitary gland to function better, by getting basically growth hormone, increasing your growth hormone breaks down to 23 different subhormones, and all these subhormones help the body bring it back to what it used to be. We want to bring it back to normal. So this is not a hormone, though, right?
No.
This is a pure nutrition product.
It's a food supplement. It's strictly amino acids in what they call a liposomal or liposomal shell. Think of it as a water balloon. The outer shell is made out of lipids, and the inner is amino acids, but so small, so tiny, that basically the liposomal prevents the amino acids from being broken down in the stomach, because of stomach acids will break down amino acids. So it goes down into the duodenum, and it breaks down with the fat. So most of it gets absorbed into the body and gets utilized. So you need just minimal amount, where normally you'd have to take one particular amino acid. You need up 8 or 10 grams of. You only need micromils of the same product.
Now, so you were actually involved in bringing this into Canada and getting it approved.
Yes.
By Health Canada and that sort of thing. And I take it you've been taking the product yourself.
I've been taking it for 8 years. Yes.
And what did you notice when you started taking the product?
For myself, I did lose weight. I put some of it back on because I got a hip replacement, but I lost weight. I developed fibromyalgia. I couldn't sleep, and sleep is very, very important. Now I get full-blown, full-action, smell, touch, feel dreams. My eyesight, I wear contact lenses. My eyesight were the same for like 25 years. They've improved by 1 full diopter. My skin is nicer, softer, heals.
Actually, I got to say, the skin actually really looks good. I'm not just saying that, but it's just got a nice tone to it.
I'm 61 years old.
Whoa.
And what hair I have left, and my nails grows very, very fast. And
that's better because of this?
Because of that.
Yeah.
I find I'm calmer. I find everything is working a lot better. My nervous system and everything else functions better. I'm on heart medication. I've kept the same medication. I have not had to improve it. My heart, everything, my muscles, everything else are getting stronger, better.
So how exactly does this cause all these positive effects?
Basically, what it does, it's amino acids which stimulates the pituitary gland to produce growth hormone. And with the growth hormone, stimulates the rest of the body to heal itself naturally. Now, it works in about 9 out of 10 people. It's not perfect for everybody. You need other things as well, depending on your health condition. But it is a natural way of stimulating the body to do what's supposed to do. Yes, some people do go into the actual growth hormone injection. Some people actually go into the bioidentical hormones. Some people actually take testosterone for different medical reasons. This is a nice way, a natural way of doing it, and a lot cheaper.
So is it... I'll let you ask. Yeah. But so is this really like a thing people can use to kind of turn back the aging clock? Like, is that more growth hormone equals you're reversing the aging process?
Well, if you heal better, if you function better, and you don't have as much problems, then you could live longer.
Yeah, but is that one of the things? Because you're talking about the injections. Like, some people are taking injections, right, of growth hormone.
Yes, but for what reasons, though?
Well, I don't know.
Well, a lot of them, it's basically a lot of bodybuilders take growth hormone. A lot of sports injury, a lot of sports professionals take it because they've been damaged.
Okay.
They've gotten traumatic brain injuries, they've gotten injured, whatever, and they take growth hormone to help stimulate the body to heal itself. But it is a lot of the professionals out there call growth hormone and testosterone, that type of thing, as a sports improvement or whatever.
But is it also one of the things like the Hollywood people might take to prolong their careers, sort of thing?
But the problem is once you start taking injectable growth hormone or testosterone or bioidentical hormones, it's your body's own production
that stuff probably
stops.
Right, because it's like a crutch.
So once you stop taking your growth hormone injections, it can take up to a year for the body to kick back in and bring it up to whatever level it was before.
Whereas this is actually helping the body to produce its own, right?
This stimulates the body to produce its own.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
So you said 9 in 10 people will always have this positive effect, but one of those people will not. So I'm wondering, is there a specific group of that people?
It's just body. Every person's different. Every body's specific physical need is different.
And are there any noticeable side effects, like negatively, towards people who use this, or is it just all good?
I've not had anything negative. I've had, unless you call it too much energy or being too frisky, a negative thing, but no.
Frisky like a cat. I forgot what I was going to ask.
I have all my information on my website.
Yeah.
Secretropin.ca. I have a huge website, research papers, articles, testimonials, a whole section just on traumatic brain injuries and chronic and traumatic brain injuries and PSTD. There's links to Dr. Mark Gordon's website as well. We have extensive number of videos, training videos.
So that's the guy that developed the product?
That developed the product, yes.
Based on his scientific research.
He's one of the leading doctors in the U.S. treating veterans.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of the veterans that was on one of his TV shows now has set up his own website and Facebook page, Warrior Angels, and whatever money they make, they provide the money that they get. They provide other veterans with this particular type of treatment of balancing their hormones.
Now, so you've brought the product into Canada, but it sounds like you can't just go and buy the product. You need a prescription from a doctor. Is that accurate?
We recommend that you be under the care of a doctor. We do recommend, or our either a physician or a health practitioner. We have a lot of naturopaths and holistic medicine doctors who are getting it as well. We do recommend, like I said, that it be prescribed because it can be powerful. We like to know where your levels are, your blood levels are, and we like to know how much of improvement you have.
Mm-hmm. But can anybody just order it? Like, could people go on your website and just order some?
They can order from my website, but we do recommend a prescription.
Okay. All right. And
I have a Facebook page as well, facebook.com/Secretropin.
It's, it sounds really, I've never heard of before I met you, I hadn't heard about this product, but it almost sounds like it's a real miracle product that almost everybody should be aware of.
Especially anybody with traumatic brain injuries, car accidents, sports injuries, veterans. We're trying so hard to try and get our Canadian veterans on the product, but we're getting a little bit of
pushback.
A little pushback, and also lack of knowledge. I spend 99% of my time educating.
And it sounds like maybe.
And once they get it, it goes like crazy.
Did Sidney Crosby get any of this?
Not that I know of.
He sounds like
he would be a perfect candidate. Yeah,
you should probably
spokesperson
get him on it. I mean,
but he's under so much care of other doctors and such that you have to.
You have to get through that.
You have to get through.
Right?
You have to get through the bureaucracy. It's an education program in progress.
Okay, one last question I want to ask you for people who are considering it. Like, really, how much do you need to use, and how much is it going to cost realistically?
We recommend right at the beginning for a person who's about 180 pounds, 4 sprays at night just before bedtime. It's a sublingual spray. The cost is $190 Canadian. Usually lasts 6 to 8 weeks. Now, some people, women, whatever, who are smaller in stature, 140 pounds, 120 pounds, they can sometimes get away with 3 or 2 sprays. This is where we recommend that you get certain blood work done to see where your levels are. And even though some of the doctors will say, okay, your growth hormone, your IGF-1, IGF-BP3, your estradiol, your estrogen are all normal, well, you've got normal. You got low normal and high normal. We want you to be in the higher 50 to 75% percentile.
And how soon before people start to feel the effects of it?
Usually in the first month. I've had some people as quick as a few days, and some people it takes a month.
And maybe is it a good idea maybe for somebody watching this to come and see you as their chiropractic?
They can come see me. We can talk about it. There are several doctors in Canada that I can refer you to. I have a whole referral list on my website. Those who are in the U.S., there's quite an extensive doctor networking down the U.S.
Yeah. So this is bigger in the U.S. than Canada?
Well, it's been in the U.S. since 2001.
Yeah. So
we've been legally able to sell this in Canada just over 2 years. So
Wow.
we're growing.
So if people are just hearing about this for the first time, you're kind of in on the ground floor of what could be a product that could really help in situations where you haven't been able to get the help you need.
And talk to your doctor. Most doctors won't know about it. Go to my website. There's brochures you can print out and give to your doctor.
And that's secretropin.ca.
Yes.
Okay. George, it's been great to have this conversation. Thanks again for coming in.
My pleasure.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So, Vaughn, that's pretty cool, right?
This sounds like the next miracle.
Yeah.
Like the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We're going to take a little break here on liquidlunch.thatchannel.com. I don't know if we're coming back, but if we are, we'll be right back here on thatchannel.com.
Will I still be here?
I don't know. You might.